We're not your critics.
We're
We're here to
recording.
support you.
One day in December 2008, I received a phone call that I never thought I would get. There was a newborn baby waiting for me at the hospital. His name was Blake, and he was going to be available for adoption. I was going to have a son. A year earlier, my husband and I decided to become foster parents. While being a foster parent brings challenges, the benefits and the rewards for both the children and the parents far exceed those challenges as evidence as my journey as a foster parent. I encourage each of you to open your hearts and your home by becoming a foster parent. There are thousands of children in foster care that need a home. According to the Department of Children and Family Services, or DFACS, there are around 11,557 children in foster care, of which 193 are available for immediate adoption. In 2015, only 843 children transitioned from state custody into adoptive placements. There are currently 178 children in foster care in Walker County and only 20 foster homes. Children come into care for several reasons: neglect, drug abuse, inadequate housing, abandonment, and incarceration. Some children stay in foster care for weeks, while others are in care for months or even years. DFACS is in desperate need of foster families. There are many reasons why people become foster parents. Some just want to give a child a home. Some are unable to have children on their own and see it as a way to expand their family. Others foster because their kids are grown and have left home, and they can have another child without starting over with an infant. No matter the reason, they are still helping a child in need. Being a foster parent does not require that you be rich or perfect. It only requires that you be willing to welcome a child into your home. Each child in your home is given a per diem to help with their expenses. They are also on Medicaid, and all their medical expenses are taken care of. DFACS also offers ongoing training for their foster families and supports through the Foster Care Association. You are never alone, and your caseworker is only a phone call away. There are different ways to become a foster parent. You can become a traditional foster parent, where you bring your child into the home for an extended period. You can be available for emergency placements only, and only take care of a child for a couple of days, while other arrangements are being made. You can also offer respite care, meaning you would babysit another foster family's child while they took a break or went on vacation. A lot of times I'm asked what happens when they go home. Well, the best answer I have for this question is it hurts, it's sad, and it rips your heart out. It's almost like a death in the family. But if this is your only reason for not wanting to become a foster parent, I would encourage you to work through your apprehension and bear in mind that this foster care program is about the children. And we as adults must make our emotions secondary to their well-being. Sometimes they return home to loving, devoted families who just made a mistake. I'm often asked why I became a foster parent. My journey as a foster parent started in 2007 when my husband and I decided to expand our family and give a home to a child in need. Being a foster parent is not for the faint of heart. On December 19, 2008, we received a phone call that we had been waiting for. We were going to be parents. There was a newborn baby in the neonatal intensive care unit that needed a family. We were ecstatic. We rushed to the hospital to meet our son. We found Blake wrapped up like a burrito in a swing while I was chomping at the bits to get him out. Blake was in the NICU because he was born addicted to drugs. For the first few months of his life, he withdrew from drugs. He cried a lot and did not sleep more than a few minutes at a time. My husband and I slept in shifts. Despite being exhausted, we quickly fell in love with Blake. Blake faces many challenges in his life. He has been diagnosed with attention deficit hyperactive disorder, oppositional defiant disorder, auditory processing disorder, generalized anxiety disorder, and a genetic disorder. All of these diagnoses affect his ability to learn. But to us, all his diagnoses is to make him Blake, our son. We see him as a handsome, rambunctious 7-year-old boy who loves to play Army and play with his video games. Foster children are no different than any other children. They are not perfect, just like no child is perfect. If you insist on looking for imperfections, then you will find them just like you would with any other person. It's amazing the amount of healing that can occur with nothing more than providing love and attention to a child. How do you become a foster parent? The first step is to call 1-800-210-KIDS and provide them with your contact information. Your local DFACS office will contact you and give you some paperwork. Once you complete your paperwork, you will be required to take impact classes. These classes teach you the ins and outs of foster care. Once complete, you will have several home visits to approve your home. Once you're approved, you can begin your own foster parent journey. Though it might sound cliche, children are our most precious asset. That includes children who, through no fault of their own, have found themselves separated from their biological families. The Department of Family and Children's Services is in desperate need of foster families. There are currently thousands of children in foster care that need a home, but relatively few foster homes available. Likewise, I'm certain that there are thousands of citizens that have love and attention to spare, but no child to share it with. If you are one of those citizens, don't let fear of the unknown or the challenges that come from being a foster parent discourage you from becoming a healthy source of love, attention, guidance, and care to a child that truly wants nothing more than to be loved. My family is proof that the Lord far exceeds those challenges.